Loading. Okay, great. Now we're recording to YouTube live stream. I'm gonna share my host access and we'll get started.
Okay, so I did chapter or TG1, so I'm going to share my screen first to show my notebook LM. So here's my notebook LM. And as you can see, I like tagged the PDF and put it into the notebook LM from the PowerPoint slides on Blackboard. And immediately it kind of gave me an overview of what the chapter is about. So I have that here. And also we have key terms for that chapter to help us study for the exam. And so I just put in all those key terms and then it searched the textbook PDF and gave me all these definitions, which is really helpful. So that's definitely something good. And then I also put in like some questions that could be on the exam, and it was able to give me these answers. And then I also made an infographic, and it kind of gives you like a mind map, which is also a really helpful study guide. So it opens up like this. And I thought that was super helpful. It can also generate a quiz for you, which I had done before, and it'll just kind of generate in the sideboard. It also created flashcards for me, which is really helpful. One issue I had though is that it seems to mess up the writing on the flashcards, and I don't know, you have to like double click on it to make it larger for that. Um, and then there's all sorts of other things you can do. You can have it create a video, an audio podcast for you, and a quiz and a slide deck. So that's what was super helpful about my chapter, and that's what I found. So, yeah. And then I'm now going to pass it to whoever had TG2.
Okay, I'll go
Do I
now.
need to change the host or
I can send a request.
you sent a request to me? Yeah. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to give
Okay,
you the sharing access.
okay, it's here. So this is my notebook LM. I had chapter TG2, Technical Guide 2, and it was about like application software, computer softwares. Here's like an overview of the chapter. Uh, I did the five multiple choice questions, so I just asked it to create it for me, and then the bottom shows the answer key. I also made a mind map. It was pretty cool. It opens up. Okay, it's not opening. Okay, it opens up. Yeah, it's great to like memorize stuff for quizzes this way. Um, I made a study guide here along with a briefing doc. That's the study guide, and this is the briefing document. It gives you like a summary of everything. And then I also did an audio here, which it was really cool because there was like two people talking to each other, but it's kind of creepy, but like whatever. And then I did the interactive mode, but like I had a problem. Like they would talk over me. It was kind of weird. And then I also did a video, which I also had a problem with because it just wouldn't create. So I had to do like a really short one. But like I'm a visual learner, so this was like better for me. And yeah, but overall, I think Notebook LM was like pretty useful. Like it's a cool way to study. So yeah. Okay, you want to make me the host now? Oh, okay. Wait, If how you do
Mm.
I just do click that? on the three dots like on my thing, it'll say like make host. Oh, okay. Wait, I don't think I'm the host. Oh, maybe I can just share my screen. Oh, perfect. Okay. I did my notebook LM for chapter 5. I put in the PowerPoint here and it made like a nice overview and my five multiple choice questions. Here is my mind map. I think the mind map did a really good job on, oh, wait, sorry. Okay, I guess, oh, here's my mind map, sorry. I think the mind map did a really good job on like visually organizing the main chapter topics and highlighting like the big data and analytics that were within the chapter and connects them instead of just listing them separately, which I thought was great. And then let me go back to the studio. And then here was my study guide.
I think that the study I did a great job on summarizing key definitions and ideas. While the concept explainer simplifies the harder topics, I think together they do a really good job to help you study for tests and quizzes. My MCQ was great, just like five good questions, like um to know for the test, and I think this would be like really helpful for Wednesday. My audio and video were right here, and I think the audio was great because it felt like a podcast and you could just like sit back and listen. I think it'd be great for like driving or like walking to school, like anything like that. But I also think like Sophia said, if you're a visual learner, the video was like great and like super interactive and maybe a little smoother because the audio was also talking over me. Um, I think that like overall, like Notebook LM is a great platform to use for studying, and I'll definitely use this for Wednesday. Okay, now I'll make perfect.
All right, so I did chapter 4 for Notebook LM. Let me share my screen. So first, it's just an overview of the chapter, and then I had it give me 5 multiple choice questions, which I believe could be really helpful for practicing the exam, especially if you put multiple chapters into Notebook LM, you can make a full 60 question, basically a practice quiz or exam. And they gave me the answer key as well. I made a mind map at first. Oops. I made a mind map, which I think could be really helpful to group different things together and kind of break it into sections, which is how I like to study personally. And then, as you can see, you can kind of keep going on, and you could click on them, and then it goes to the chat, which is really helpful. I had to make me a quiz, which again can, um, sorry, I didn't mean to click that, but it can be helpful if you want to practice and get repetition in. And then, so for the audio. What I liked was being able to join in and ask questions as it goes on. But what I didn't like, it took a long time to create. And then they use a lot of filler words that are just kind of pointless for the actual podcast. It kind of feels like it's two people talking, which is kind of weird. The video I do really like. It does take a long time, but I think it's worth it. And then you can make a slide deck, data table, overview. I made a study guide, which I also really liked. Gives you a little quiz and a glossary, which could be really helpful. So yeah, I think overall it's a great study tool. I've used it before, um, and it's one of the best AI things you can use for studying.
Okay, perfect. This is our submission. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in class.